card, UFC Fight Night Azerbaijan, and also we have International Fight Week coming on. So we wanted to talk about just because it is a special event with our guy Conor McGregor coming back. Let's just talk about first this past fight weekend. What did you think of the fights? I mean, I personally, we both called that these were going to be great fights. They usually are. But what did you think of the main event? You did call exactly what was going to happen in the main event. When everyone was going with Torres, we went left and we went with
Aziz.
Aziz Fasib there. So just give me your thoughts on that really quick.
He looked good. That version of him is a dangerous man. Yeah, he's always been a dangerous fighter. I would even label him a gatekeeper. I still think he could hang with the top guys in that division. Like people forget that he hurt Gaethje really bad a couple of times. You know, Ruffy he got caught, which is fine. But like he's fought the best of the best in that weight class. Like I said, there's levels to the game, and guys like Ian Parker and them, they don't understand that, and they pick other people based off of recency bias. But you gotta look at it. You gotta look at it skill for skill. And Manuel wasn't ready. You could just see it. It just wasn't when he hit him when he realized he wasn't falling down with those first couple of shots. It was just a long night for him. Yeah, he's like, oh.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it was methodical, but like it's basically what we've been saying though. Fazeev has been fighting top 5 competition since basically he entered in the UFC, and against anyone else, he looks like a world beater. So if it's not someone against the top 5, top 3, I'm not sure if he can crack that, but it was a great performance, especially with someone like Torres who was coming up. He did show us that he has someone like obviously he's always had the knockout power. His striking is though he has the Muay Thai and everything. But I think we got to slow down a little bit because I feel like this fight was kind of made for him. You know, that reckless style, that kind of lower level Justin Gaethje type of fight. So overall, the main event was super exciting. We can move on a little bit though. The Shara and Michelle fight, that was a little bit underwhelming, but I feel like we both called that in terms of we thought it was going to be points. I mean, it's two
Yeah.
similar styles. Like I felt like it was going to be another Shara versus MVP type of fight where they were just going to cancel
Yeah.
each other out, and that's exactly what we saw.
Yeah. Yeah, it was boring. It was boring. Michelle, like I said, if Michelle don't get it done in round one, it's just going to be just tired cardio for the next 2 rounds. And then Shard doesn't really go for the kill like he used to. So it really like makes for a boring fight.
Yeah, I think he's having issues with the whole takedown defense, and like he's worrying about that too much, and it's really putting him on his back foot. I mean, we saw him get dropped in that first round. He did recover a little bit, but part of that is just Michel Pereira being Michel Pereira. This dude never sticks to his game plan. So,
Yeah, that's true.
and then last fight that I kind of want to highlight, man, Nazim, man, what happened? Just a year ago today in Azerbaijan, he looked like the next
I
up and coming thing, and then two
I thought the
knockouts in a
stoppage
row.
was I thought the stoppage was premature though. I
That's
think
what,
he
well,
got
yeah.
he got dropped, yeah, but like he was so with it. Like you got like I get the follow up shots, but you gotta let these guys like get a chance to like let's see like what happens. Like
In
make
your
sure
hometown.
yeah, make sure he's actually out. Like let him try to figure like I get it. He got caught and then got hit with like 5 shots, but like we've seen fights go way longer than that where guys are getting hit with like 10, 11 shots. Like give them a chance to like figure it out first. You know what I'm saying? Like to bounce back and see what's going because he was all there. He was really all there. So it was disappointing that it ended that way. But
Yeah, and I think it kind of knocks him down a little bit too. Obviously, he had that big win last year in Azerbaijan, and he got knocked out in December, and now he had this fight, and again he gets kind of that KO on his record. So he kind of goes from kind of world beater or new type of contender looking like fast knockout power to 2 losses in a row. So
this surprised me. He hangs out with losers like Aljamain Sterling.
it's funny though. As soon as we were on the stream, Nick's like, "Get this dude off my screen."
They're real though, I'm telling you.
But moving on, man, we're here early this week because we have a huge event. Obviously, we have a International Fight Week coming up in about 2 weeks now. We don't have any cards this week, but we have the MAC is back. We got McGregor versus Holloway 2, and we really kind of wanted to break down this card just a little bit because Nick smells something in the air a little bit the more he thinks about this fight.
I like it, Ken. I'm with it right now. I'm with it.
Nick is buying all the stock in Conor McGregor, especially after that little video came out earlier this week.
Yeah.
Man, but obviously we could talk about the entire card, but there's just a couple fights that I really want to highlight. This Robert Whitaker fight versus a Kropilov fight. This is his light heavyweight debut. What are you expecting for Bobby Knuckles here? Do you think he's too small for this weight class?
No, I think this is a good introductory fight for him. Nikita
Against a good
Krylov.
opponent, too.
Yeah, it's a good opponent. I think, like I said, I think as long as the only thing with Whitaker is he looks is very tired recently. Like he gasses out faster than he used to.
Hmm.
But I like it. I think he could plus 170. I think that's great odds. I'll probably take him, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Do you have any concerns though with his height at all, or just like his size?
No, I think
Um,
their height is very similar. I mean, he's gonna have to put on some muscle, but I
I
think
mean,
the
this
height
guy
is
is
almost similar.
6'3", and Robert Whitaker is not 6 foot.
Yes, he is.
That dude is a short king. That guy is not 6 foot.
Giannis, I love Giannis. I think that's gonna be a blowout.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Carter Garbrandt, he needs to start kind of
I'm
putting
glad they
together
put
too.
Gable Steveson on the prelims instead of the main card because it doesn't make sense when you're a minus 2,500.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. I think they kind of learned their lesson a little bit with this whole Bo Nichols situation with Gable Stevenson. Just because you're all decorated wrestler, it doesn't always necessarily mean that you're going to be the next, all like DC or anything like that can just translate immediately. I think they're trying to protect him a little bit. They're giving him someone that we've never even really heard of. Do you foresee him kind of getting the big finish, or are you surprised that it's
Yeah.
kind of early or
No,
kind
I
of late
love
on
it.
the
I love
prelims?
it. I love it. I think it's a good spot because, like you said, it's not fair to the rest of those guys, like to put that guy there. And when there's actually better fights, to start the card. I love the fact that John Jones is this guy's head coach. Like I said, I expect big things from Gable Steveson, so we'll
Yeah.
see. I think he could be like a better version of Josh Hokett. So
Yeah, very athletic. Obviously, I think what helps him out though is that he's in that heavyweight division, so it's not going to
yeah,
be hard for him to climb up. I mean, we're seeing the Josh Hokett
yeah,
train like moving, so if he gets 2 or 3 knockouts and he just the UFC is going to stand behind him. So I
sure.
definitely agree with that. It's exciting. But let's talk about this, man. I mean, friend of the show, but what is this?
Kamaka's gonna get fucking whooped for fucking 3 rounds.
Jeez, man.
I love you, Kai, but they just Luke Riley's in a different ballpark, bro. Like that's gonna be a 3 round whooping. But yeah,
What do you think that game plan in XC is going to be? Obviously, Luke has that lethal knockout power. He has that one punch knockout power, which is it's not rare in the featherweight division, but when you see it the way he has it, it's kind of Conor McGregor esque. You know? Do you think that's going to be a finish, or do you think Kai's going to try to take him
I
down
mean
a little bit?
Kai's tough, right? Kai,
Yeah,
he's good. Like he's a tough guy to finish, so I don't know. I just know that he doesn't have a chance in the fight. That's what I do know.
yeah, it's going to be tough. We'll see how it goes though, but obviously Luke took that fight, second fight back in the UFC. So, and then another fight that I want to talk about. What is this fight? Tracy Cortez taking on Wong Kong. Obviously,
See,
we've
this
seen.
this is a little sneaky. Off of eyes, you would think Wong Kong. But let me tell you, Tracy Cortez has good, solid, but not elite, but solid boxing. Enough to keep it on the feet for a while. She's gone toe to toe with the best recently, right? So I think it's a lot of learning. She's faced the Blanchfields. Well, arguably, she won the first round against Aaron Blanchfield. She got a championship
Much
opportunity
bigger
before.
too.
That's what
Like,
I'm saying. She went against, who was it before? Was it Rose? She went Rose. She went Blanchfield. She's been going against the tough people. Like, yeah, Arujo. I think before Nama Yunus it was Jasmine. Maybe Jasmine Javidius, who's on a fucking, she's a problem herself.
tear right now. Yeah, it's not loading,
Yeah,
but yeah,
so it's
she's on
just
a
like
tear. Yep.
she's on a tear. And let me tell you, her ground game is actually her strength. Whereas we've seen Kong get taken down some, that's not really her strength. I think it's a sneaky fight. I think Tracy can actually win this fight. I think Wong Kong had a lot of like hype coming in. I think she got knocked out, she got caught, and it kind of derailed the hype just a smidge. She's very big on the volume, but like I said, I think Tracy can hold her own in terms of boxing, mixing the wrestling and the strength of opponent recently. Like, the only thing to her name is that she beat Valentina in a Muay Thai fight like 13 years ago. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I honestly, as the days go by, I was heavy on Wong. But like her strength of opponent, like Ariane De Silva just retired yesterday. Bruno Brazil's cut by the UFC, and I don't know who the fuck Mora is. So it's just like I said, I this is one of those things where it could be sneaky on you. I think Tracy's a slight underdog. I think coming into this, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically a
So
pick 'em, but slightly underdog.
I will probably go with Tracy Cortez.
Yeah, I could see. I could see though, like the scariness of. I remember when Wong Kong came in, she had the whole Joker thing, and then after that first fight, she goes in and gets there and gets knocked out. I think she, like you said, she had a lot of the weight in that Muay Thai fight where she beat Valentina years ago. But this is a Muay Thai. You got to worry about the strength and you got to worry
Yeah.
about the base. You got to worry about getting taken down, and I think that's why we haven't seen like the huge devastating knockouts from Wong Kong, because we know she has that one punch knockout power. And what I have an issue with this is that I don't really see Cortez getting KO'd like that.
No. Yeah.
She's too tough. So I think it's gonna be a decision fight. Probably I'm leaning Cortez on this one just because I can't really see Wong Kong getting a decision win.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Let's just moving on to the main card because this thing it's pretty stacked. Let's start out with this. I don't want to do picks. I just want to give you a quick analysis because we'll do a picks video before that. But
This is going to be very interesting. This fight's very. This Terrence McKinney doesn't know round two. He's gonna, as soon as that bell rings, he's going for a finish. Whereas
But-
we know King Green.
But King Green starts slow. So
That's the problem. And King Green keeps his hands down. Here's the thing though: if it gets past round one, King Green will make you have a long night. That guy, he's nonstop forward pressure, jabs, kicks in your face, and he's been showing some knockout power recently. You know what I'm saying? Like he keeps being the heavy underdog from a lot of these fights, and he's knocking these dudes out as of late. Anyway, I think he's on a back-to-back knockout streak. He might be on. So like I said, if you look at McKinney's name, it's always round one. King Green's usually a decision guy, but lately fucker's been finishing fights. But I think, like I said, I'm worried for King Green.
Don't pick.
We're not making picks, but yeah, round one's gonna determine the whole fight.
Yeah, it's tough. Like you said, it's gonna be who breaks first. If it gets to the second round, like you said, I think McKinney's gonna start going downhill a little bit because he doesn't really get out of that second round. But what I do want to ask you though is, why does this fight make sense? And do you think this is just a fun fight to throw on?
No, this is just a fun fight for the fans, bro. Like, this is a fight that, like, King deserves it. He's been on a win streak. He's always game. He backs with the UFC. And McKinney is just a guy that you always want on a pay-per-view because he just doesn't care about win or loss or championships. McKinney is, as soon as the bell rings, I'm coming to finish you or you're going to finish me. Yeah. But it's good. Something's going to happen in round one. That's the type of people that you want starting off a card.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly why it's placed first card in the main event. So moving on here, man, Brandon Royale versus Loner Kavanaugh. Can never say his name. Kavanaugh. Brandon Royale, man, he's been kind of in a little bit of a slip here. This looks like it's kind of a setup for him. He obviously lost the Cape most recently. That was a little, it was a KO. And then we lost the Van fight, which was a little bit more controversial there. He did beat Tyra. We just saw Tyra in the championship fight versus Van. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think Loner's really going to put the pressure on him, or do you think this is kind of Brandon Royale making a stand here?
Kavanaugh looked really good against Brandon Moreno. He shut him out essentially. But I like I said, Brandon Royale
looks weak, man.
Yeah, Royval is a dog, man. Literally, that's the name of Royval. Like, he only fights, like I said, another guy that only fights the best of the best of the best. Yeah. I think it's gonna be the tough. I gotta stick with him. We're not making picks, but he just, like I said, I'll take experience all day most of the time when I'm picking fights, and Royval's a dog that is good on the ground and on the feet. I think Moreno was well past his prime in there. He doesn't look the same for a while. Where Royval, he'll give you a fight, man. He really will. So I'll probably stick in that direction when it comes down to it.
Yeah, I think it's basically what happened this weekend with Faziev and Torres.
Yeah.
It's you look at I know MMA math doesn't really make sense all the time, but this guy Brandon Royval, man, he's just been in like high stakes fights since he's been in the flyweight division. So it's hard to go past that, but that's all we're gonna say on that one. Moving on, man, we got Corey Sandhagen versus Mario Batista. So obviously Mario Batista, he's been on basically a tear, huge tear, big winning streak. Obviously he lost to Magomedov when it was it was obviously boring fight. And then we got Sandhagen, who just basically was battered in that freaking title fight versus
No,
versus yeah Marab there. Obviously, it was kind of but different styles there. But this one, I'm a little interested in what you're thinking. Do you think Corey's like kind of thoughtfulness and his way of thinking, his striking is going to overtake Mario Batista's, just him marching him down a little bit?
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been impressed. I think Corey Sandhagen might be the most overrated bantamweight in the bantamweight division.
Yeah,
I
it's tough.
haven't.
It's a
I
lot
haven't
of
been impressed with Corey Sandhagen since he subbed Aljamain Sterling. Oh no, since he got subbed by Aljamain Sterling. Like to me, like he hasn't. Like I can't like name a standout performance where I'm like, that guy is gonna be a title contender. You know, like I like the last thing I remember
he
is
has
him not getting.
moments though. He has like, oh, that was a cool strike, that was a cool elbow in the
Yeah,
face.
but like he
He
knocked.
doesn't
The
have
only thing I
performance.
can really remember is him knocking out Frankie Edgar with a flying knee. I think that's the only thing that I can really, off the top of the head, remember. Like when he's in there, like I feel like he's just very like it's all fancy, but it's not enough. Like it's just very slow, methodical. I've never been a big Corey Sandhagen guy, to be honest with you.
And Mario Batista is the complete opposite of that. I feel like he's very much to the point. He's gonna pick his spots. He's not really gonna, it's not gonna be overwhelmingly pretty. We're not gonna. I mean, obviously he has great technique, but we're not talking about like the setting traps and all the things like that we always talk about Corey Sandhagen. So it's gonna be an interesting fight. Different camps, different style, similar styles, but complete ways of going.
Yeah,
Man, this is a banger. So first of all, props to Patty for taking this fight, going up against BSD, because this guy, he's on a tear. He's finishing everyone. He looks like kind of a wrecking ball up there. He looks like a world beater right now. And Patty's coming off a pretty bad loss to Justin Gaethje, where he basically got battered for 5 rounds. And my issue with this fight is BSD is a similar fighter to Justin Gaethje. If it stays on the ground, I mean, if it stays on the feet, it's going to be tough for Patty. But what are you thinking on this one? It's is it a bounce back?
yeah, I think it is. I think. BSD, like I said, his strength is the striking. His striking is not as good as most. He uses the striking to get to the takedowns, and when he does shoot, he shoots really poorly. He gets caught in a lot of guillotines. A lot, like that's why you saw Dustin Poirier try to shoot Gilly on him like
Oh,
10 times because he always leads with his head down. Patty's the type of guy where like if you give him your head like that in a guillotine, like it's gonna
he's
be a
gonna
lot
hit you.
different than Dustin Poirier. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is a good bounce back for him. I really do.
Yeah, yeah, and this unofficially, I would say, is probably the title eliminator, kind of. Be-
Yeah, it could be.
Depending on how the main event goes, obviously, I I don't see if Justin Gaethje doesn't want to fight Topuria again. I don't see how you don't make Topuria versus the winner of this fight. Depending on who wins the main event, obviously, if Max wins, I don't know if Topuria and Max makes sense, but it's gonna be an interesting fight. Interesting fight.
It is.
And then we got the main event, the man of the hour, the king of the pay-per-views, the king of the UFC in the past 15 years. We got Conor, the notorious Conor McGregor versus Max Blessed Holloway. There's something in the air, right, Nick? And you smell that a little bit, huh?
I do, man. Like I said, I think it's the weight that's getting me. Max is not. I can tell you one thing. Max is not a welterweight. Max is not even a lightweight. Max is a natural featherweight that sometimes competes at lightweight. He got absolutely bullied by Charles. Like I said, and then he got knocked out by Taporia. He had the KO knockout with Gaethje. Like I said, he's gonna be the volume will be there. I just think Conor has been a welterweight now for a long time. I think he's been at this weight for like a while. That's the thing. Like he's been naturally at this weight for quite some time. I don't know, man. I think, like I said, as the days go by, he looks clear of mind. He looks sound of mind. Will there be some ring rust? Sure, but like I know Max isn't all there like he used to be. I don't think he's knocking Conor out. I could tell you that. And the Conor's not going to engage in the whole finger to the ground thing. Conor's a counter striker that's very calculated.
But do
Like
you
I
worry
said,
about the speed at all? Do you worry about the timing
I
being off? Do
don't.
you worry about any
I
of that?
don't. I worry about timing.
Because this isn't just like he took off, It was not like he couldn't be booked for fights. He took 8 years off because he was doing some other bullshit, probably.
That's fine, but like I said, Ryan Garcia took a while off too, and thought mermaids kidnapped him, and that you know what I'm saying. you don't lose those skills, bro. You lose the timing, right? Like you go in there and you have to find your timing again and your range and stuff like that. But the speed, the accuracy, like the thought process, like Connor is a counter striker, bro. He's in there and he just knows how to counter strike. I just think, like I said, I think I'm not gonna. I'm telling you now, I see a Connor finish. I'm telling you, I think he's gonna knock out Max.
Yeah, it's interesting too because if Conor gets this win, right? Why are we talking about Justin Gaethje and Conor? Is Justin Gaethje gonna move up to welterweight? Is it just gonna be a fight? Or
No,
is Conor
Connor's
McGregor
gonna Connor.
move down
Connor goes down. Yeah, Conor
just for a
goes
title
down.
fight for one? Just
Yeah, 100%.
interesting. And if Max wins, what does he get out of it?
Nothing. But I don't think Max wants anything out of
He
it.
just
I
wants
think
the
Max.
money.
I think Max is done fighting for titles. I think Max is taking all the fights now that like I said, that make the fans happy, that make the most sense. He's fighting for BMF belts. He's fighting the big names, the fun names. He's always said that he wanted this win back. It was an early loss in his career. Like for him, it's just he's fighting for legacy now and fun more than anything else. I think he knows he's not getting another championship fight probably in his career. So that's why like he's fighting at welterweight for fuck's sake. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't make sense.
Do you see this being a one-off? Like, let's say Max
Yeah, I
gets
don't.
the win
Yeah,
at welterweight, he's not staying at
yeah.
welterweight.
Matt, there's no shot. He's not a welterweight. He's not a welterweight. Not even close to being a welterweight. So he's barely a lightweight. He's barely a lightweight.
Tough. Yeah, I'm gonna tell everybody, and Nick's been saying this too. Keep in mind, Max Holloway is a volume puncher. That does not. He just does volume punching, and then Conor McGregor. What's the one nemesis to volume punching is that counter striker that just has that one punch knockout power. So
That's what I'm saying, bro. And like I said, I don't know how his cardio and stuff, I don't know how that's going to translate at this weight. Like I said, weight makes a way bigger difference than what people think it does. You know what I'm saying? Go ask Taporia. Like, it really does. It matters. Like, when you fight these guys that are heavier, that are naturally bigger than you, and you get in there, it matters. And like I said, Conor's been a welterweight now for years. People forget that. It's not just a spur of the moment thing. He fought Cerrone fucking at 155. That's what people forget. Like, he's been at this weight for a while, and he's been big for a while. He was wanting Usman. Remember, he was talking about fighting Kamaru Usman. Like he's been looking at welterweight for years. So like it's not like something he has to get used to. You know, Max has to get used to being. Max has never even been close to this weight before. So that's where I think it's just natural for him. Like I said, he's taking it seriously. And now, is there a chance Max wins, guys? Yes. There's a chance that Max goes in there and just beats the fucking brakes off of him for
yeah,
5
we're saying
rounds.
this is probably like a 60-40, 50-50.
Yeah, like, no, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not at that value, at those odds. And like I said, everything I'm hearing from him, man, it sounds like the old version of him, man. It does. So the odds are the way they are, guys, because of ring rust, not because people truly are picking Max. It's because people think, you know, Max has been active and Conor hasn't. So that's natural, you know. But
yeah, do you? Last question here. Do you feel like the gas tank is an issue? If Max gets out of the second, third round, do you feel like Conor McGregor may have some?
yeah, I think both.
Caveat?
I think both of them are gonna have cardio issues if it hits later rounds. I think both of them will.
Just because Max has never been at that weight.
Correct. And Max, like I said, Max just wants firefights, and that's where I think Conor has a chance, is because Max wants it to make it a fun fight. Mm-hmm. Max wants to exchange back and forth. And like I said, I think if Max lands his best shot, Conor stands up, and I think if Conor lands his best shot, Max is going out. That's the thing.
All right, guys. This is the biggest event basically in the last 5 years, just because we have the biggest superstar in the UFC history coming back. Obviously, after this, we have some big events. We got Duplessis
huge
versus
events.
Usman, Ankalaev Roundtree. That's an interesting fight. And then
I see a cuck.
And then we got Makhachev versus Ian Machado. Those are all things that we will go over later as we keep going. Thank you, guys. Obviously, we'll have the picks up for this card as we get closer to the main event. But these are just our thoughts. Thanks, guys.